Good morning, dear students. So, in this session, we'll continue with the test on bitumen material. So, till now we have completed the penetration test, that is the first one, and moving to the next, that is ductility test. So, by this ductility test, we will determine the ductility property of the given bitumen sample. So, in this particular test, usually in the flexible pavement construction, it is very desirable that the bitumen binders used in the bituminous mixes that form the ductile thin films, okay, so that forms around the aggregate particles. So this particular property that serves as a satisfactory binder in improving the physical interlocking of the aggregates. So by using this ductility property, we will come to know that physical interlocking property of the aggregates as well as the binder. And the binder which does not possesses the sufficient ductility, that would crack and thus that provides the previous pavement surfaces. So if ductility property is not much good, so that time if it is not up to the sufficient mark, so that time what it happens, so that cracks may get appears, and it provides the previous pavement surfaces. I mean that whatever the bottom layer pavement surface will be there, no, so that will visible from top. So this is in turn results in the damaging effect to the pavement structure. So usually the ductility value of a bitumen binder, which is expressed as the distance in centimeters to which a standard briquette of bitumen that can be stretched before the thread breaks. So the test is conducted at the temperature of 27 plus or minus 0.5 degrees Celsius, and rate of pull of the ductility machine will be 50 plus or minus 2.5 mm per minute. Okay, the concept of ductility test, which is shown in this particular figure. So to conduct this particular test, we require a briquette mold, ductility machine, as well as a thermometer just to measure the standard temperature. Okay, so this is a particular ductility machine you can see here. So within this particular part, you can see the arrangement of the ductility molds, that one we can call it as a briquette mold. So in this particular part, you can see three different briquette molds, right? So we'll see that one in the next figure. So this is a briquette mold here. So what you can see here, so this is a briquette mold which will be having certain distance between these clips. Okay, so here you can see the different arrangement of the clips before the test, right? So here you can see the three different briquette molds, right? So they are having the certain distance between the clips will be 30 mm, as well as that length of the briquette mold will be 75 mm, and width at the mouth of the clips will be 20 mm. So like that they have given the individual briquette molds dimensions here, right? So as per this you can measure the dimensions. Okay, and then now you can go for the procedure part, right? So here first they need to collect the bitumen sample, and then it is melted to a pouring temperature. That is pouring temperature in the sense that bitumen it should get soften, right? So we need to provide around 75 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. So at this particular temperature, that bitumen will get melt into the liquid state. Okay, so after providing certain temperature to that bitumen, I mean after heating up to 75 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius, and then we need to pour that one into a mold which are mold assembly, and then which are placed on a brass plate. Okay, and for that particular molds, or that whatever the mold assemblies are there, so we need to place a certain solution like glycerin or soap solution, so that that bitumen it should not get stick on the surface of that particular molding systems. Okay, and the next part is the bitumen is then poured into a briquette molds, and the plate assembly along with the sample, and is kept for air cooling in the room temperature for 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, so after pouring that particular bitumen into that molds, we need to keep that one for the air cooling systems, right? So up to 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, and the air cooled specimen, so after keeping that one in the air cooling system up to 30 to 40 minutes, then whatever that specimen will be available, and that one we need to place in a water bath, and that water temperature, it should be around 27 degrees Celsius, and the time required to keep that one in the water bath will be 30 minutes. Okay, so 30 minutes we need to keep that one in the water bath at the standard temperature of 27 degree Celsius, and then the sample is then removed from the water bath and maintained at a 27 degrees Celsius, and the excess of bitumen is cut off. So here, after keeping this one in the water bath for 30 minutes, right? So after removing, we need to level off this particular mold, so that wherever the extra bitumen is attached, that one we can chip off. Okay, so and then after trimming process, after trimming this particular process, the mold assembly containing the sample is replaced in a water bath, which is maintained at 27 degrees Celsius for 85 to 90 minutes. So again we need to keep that one in the water bath, where again the temperature need to maintain around 27 degrees Celsius, and we should keep that one for the time duration of 85 to 95 minutes. And after this, the sides of the molds which are removed and the clips are carefully hooked on the machine without causing any initial strain. Okay, so here we should not disturb that particular bitumen sample which is already placed in the briquette mold and which is already air cooled up to a certain degree Celsius by taking certain time. Okay, and here we need to maintain that one carefully, such that it should not break while placing that particular mold in the ductility machine. And here 2 or more specimens may be prepared in the molds and clipped to the machine so as to conduct these tests simultaneously. So here all the 3 different trials we need to continue simultaneously, such that at every certain distance, that bitumen, it is going to form a thin flames, and then it is going to be cut. So here that entire assembly only, I mean the ductility machine only, will be having 3 different molds. At a certain time we can continue with all 3 different trials. Okay, and then initially we need to set the pointer to the 0, and the machine is started and the 2 clips are thus pulled apart horizontally. So here you can see in the diagram, right? So initially it will be in this way, right? So after starting the machine at the rate of standard pulling time, it is around 50 plus or minus 2.5 mm per minute. I mean for 5 centimeter for every minute. So every minute it should pull around 5 centimeters. So like that we need to set that rate of that pulling, and then here you can see this. So this is how the test process will continue. Okay, and then okay, so while the test is in operation, it is checked whether the sample is immersed in the water at the depth of at least 10 mm. So here we need to maintain minimum around 10 mm of the water, so that water level, it should crosses that particular mold stage. So that means what? So here we can conduct the test at the water bath, so that no other disturbance will get causes to the results. And here the distance at which the bitumen thread of each specimen breaks, which is recorded to a report as ductility value. So here ductility value is very simple. So you need to switch on the machine, and then at a certain distance, that thin film of that bitumen, it is going to be cut. So you need to maintain that distance from initial point to the final point. That particular value only we can call it as ductility value, right? And here we'll be having some standard specifications, that is depends upon the ductility value, right? So here they have given a property, that is ductility at certain temperature. So Here they have given the standard temperature, that is at 25 degrees Celsius. If they have conducted the ductility test, so these particular results have obtained, and they have given certain standard specifications for that. And here they have mentioned VG, that is viscosity grading. So that is how they are going to measure the grade with respect to the viscosity grading. So if the viscosity grading is if ductility value is 75 centimeter, then it is considered as VG 10, that is viscosity grading 10. Okay, and then if ductility value is around 50 centimeter, then it represents VG 20. Similarly, for ductility value which is 40, and then it is considered as VG 30, and similarly VG 40, which is stands for ductility value which is around 25. Okay, so here the ductility value of the bitumen, which varies from 5 to 100 for different grade of the bitumen. So whatever the values you can see here, 75, 50, 40, 25. So while testing we may get any results that is starts from 5 centimeter to 100 centimeter. So again that is depends upon the different grade. So if the good grade of the bitumen we have used, then the ductility value will be more. Okay, and if the poor quality of the bitumen, if we have used low graded bitumen, if we have used, then that value of ductility will be reduced there. Okay, a minimum ductility value of 75 centimeter has been specified by the ISI for bitumen grades 45 and above. Okay, and the ductility value and the requirements of the paving bitumen as per the BIS value, that is Bureau of Indian Standard Value, they have given these particular values. Okay, so as per the reference IS 1208 1978. Okay, so finally we need to measure the ductility value of the given bitumen sample, and based upon that we are going to consider whether this particular material will be having a proper ductility value or not, whether we need to use this one in the construction or not. So that one we will conclude by conducting this test and by referring these results with the standard results that is specified by the Bureau of Indian Standard. Okay, and coming to the next test, that is softening point test. So here in this softening point test we are having certain apparatus. So the name only softening, in the sense it is going to be melt. Okay, so here we are having certain apparatus, that is ring and ball apparatus, water bath with stirrer, and then thermometer. So this is entire ring and ball apparatus which is placed in the particular beaker. So this black color circular part you can consider as a ball, and whatever the base you can see for this balls, that one we can consider as ring. So here in this diagram we are seeing two balls with two rings. Okay, so these particular balls which are placed on the rings. So this black color balls are nothing but they are made up of bitumen. Okay, and here this entire ring and ball apparatus we are keeping in a particular beaker, and then so that is consisting of water, and this pink color you can consider it as thermometer, so that we can measure the temperature here. Okay, and next this softening point test. So bitumen usually does not suddenly change from solid to liquid state. So but as the temperature increases, it gradually becomes more softer until it flows readily. Okay, so all the semi-solid state bitumen grades that need sufficient fluidity before they are used for the application with the aggregate mix. So before mixing that one with the aggregate, so it should having sufficient fluidity property such that easily those aggregates can get bind with these bitumens, and they will be better interlocking system in between the aggregates as well as the binder. Okay, so the more common procedure adopted to liquefy this bitumen is by heating. So usually we need to bring that one from solid stage to liquid stage by using this heating process. Okay, so the softening point is the temperature at which the substances attains the particular degree of softening under a specified condition of test. for a particular bitumen material, it is usually determined by ring and ball apparatus, and the concept of determining the softening point by ring and ball apparatus, which is shown in this particular figure. Okay, and coming to the part procedure. So here in this part of procedure, a sample of material is heated to a temperature between 75 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. So first we need to take the bitumen material, and we should heat that one up to a 75 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius, and then at this particular temperature it reaches to a liquid state. Okay, so and then to avoid the particular sticking part of the bitumen to the metal plate, that coating is done to this with a solution of glycerin or dextrin. So here two solutions they have used, glycerin and dextrin. So by using these solutions, so whatever the sticking part of the bitumen to the metal plate, that one we can avoid. Okay, so after cooling the ring in the air for 30 minutes, so after applying the glycerin or dextrin, we should keep that one in the air for 30 minutes, and the excess of bitumen is trimmed and the rings are placed in the support. Okay, and then at this particular time, the temperature of distilled water is kept at 5 degree Celsius. So whatever the water bath is there in this particular beaker or flask, so that water temperature, it should be around 5 degree Celsius, right? So this temperature is maintained for 15 minutes, after which the balls are placed in the particular position, and then the temperature of water, which is rise from 5 degrees Celsius per minute with a controlled heating unit until the bitumen softens the and touches the bottom plate by sinking of the balls. At least two observations are made. So here what we need to do, so here we have thermometers, as you can see in the pink color, right? So at this particular, at below this particular flask, we need to apply the heat, right? We need to heat that one. So that heating will be, it's like for every minute we need to provide we need to increase 5 degree Celsius. Okay, so for first minute it is 5 degrees Celsius, for next it will be 10 degrees Celsius. So like that we need to provide heat to this flask, which is consisting of distilled water as well as this ring and ball apparatus. So as at a certain point, at a certain temperature, this particular balls, so whatever you can see here, so it will get melt and it passes from ring, and then it touches at the bottom plate here, right? So you can see the bottom plate here. So this, after providing a certain temperature of heat, this particular balls which crosses that ring and then it touches the bottom plate. So here you can see the top plate and the bottom plate, the distance between these two will be 2.5 centimeter, right? So here you can see two different rings and the two rings as well as the two balls. First we need to note down the temperature at which the first ball touches the bottom plate, and similarly the second ball touches the bottom plate. We need to note down the both the temperatures. Most probably it will be same, but we need to take the best average value of the bitumen having a proper softening point. Okay, and here this is up to a procedure part, and here you can see the standard specifications values, that is property. Again it is differentiated with respect to the viscosity grading part, but here the results are dependent upon the softening point of the bitumen. Okay, so here the material whose softening point is above 80 degrees Celsius, and then glycerin is used as a heating material, and then the starting temperature will be 35 degrees Celsius instead of 5 degree Celsius. So that one we need to note down. In case of the softening point is more than 80 degrees Celsius, and then glycerin is used as a heating material, and then the temperature we need to start from 35 degrees Celsius instead of 5 degree Celsius. So here you can see the standard specification of the bitumen with respect to this softening point. They have concluded the viscosity grading of the bitumen. If the softening point is 40 degrees Celsius, and then it is considered as Vg10. If the softening point is 45 degrees Celsius, then it is considered as Vg20. Similarly, if it is a 47, then it is Vg30, and similarly, if it is 50, it is considered as Vg40, right? So these are the specifications of softening point.